Mustangs defeat the Cameron Aggies 82-80, and we're joined now by Midwestern State head basketball coach Nelson Haggerty. And Nelson, what a dogfight between Midwestern and Cameron tonight.
Absolutely, man. It was as advertised, and you got two really good teams coming to play, really fighting for second place right now in the conference race. And I'm telling you what, this rivalry is a big one. I remember going up there last year. It was 2 years ago. It was the same kind of game. It was just back and forth, and came down to the last possession of the game.
Well, Midwestern State had to battle back. It was an uncharacteristic. The defense was strong, but it seemed like the Aggies didn't get all the rebounds, but they got some keyboards and got some buckets put back, and ended up giving up 52% to the Aggies.
Right. I mean, first of all, they're a really good team. They just do a good job of not getting rattled, and they take the shots that they want to take, and they make sure they work to get great ones. And then they've got a really good guard in Milton Garner that can just go get buckets whenever necessary. So, they did a good job. I mean, I felt like we did a great job off of the basketball until the latter parts of the game, to where we allowed them to get good driving lanes. And I guess we were kind of up defensively, denying a little hard, and they were able to get some buckets underneath. So, but other than that, I mean, I feel great about the way our guys performed and where they battled and found a way to win again.
Michael Lloyd had 19 points. Slow start once again for Lloyd. He had 6, and then just really poured it on in the second half. And those threes that he buried were just absolutely key.
I mean, they were big time. I mean, those 2 threes were, they put us up in great position. But, it starts with getting stops. And, that's what, we keep preaching to these guys is, especially when it gets down late in the games, whether you're down and up, it's about getting stops and finish them off with good, tough rebounds. And then offensively, I felt like we would get into a groove. And, we scored 82 points tonight, which is a good amount for us. But, us giving up 80, that's really high for us. I don't know if that's the highest of the season or not, but I'm telling you what, man, Cameron has a really good basketball team, and it's going to be tough going down there on Saturday.
80, that's the same number you gave up to Eastern New Mexico last week, and that is the season high for as far as points go.
That's not good.
The Mustangs had the game tied up at 80 apiece on the free throws with 8 seconds left.
Right. And
you had the ball in the hands of the guy you wanted it, and Michael Lloyd, and had it a wide open drive to the lane.
Well, I thought about calling a timeout, but when he caught the basketball, we had 8 seconds, and we talked about having Mike push the ball down the floor and everybody kind of flatten out and just allowing him to try to get to the rim. And I figured 8 seconds, he can get down the floor in 3 or 4. And I felt like we would have another chance to get a rebound if he was able to make a play at the basket. And honestly, that's just what happened. If they would have stalled him out, I'd have called a timeout, but he just went by 2 guys and felt like he had a good chance to put it on the glass. And I'll tell you what, Derek made a big-time put-back play to put it in the basket. So, but it starts with Mike Lloyd just getting in there and making that penetration, drawing everybody, and our guys chasing it, assuming everything's a miss, and eventually making the play to win it.
Derek Thomas with 10 rebounds, and the biggest, of course, being that tip that tipped it in to get the game winner.
Yeah, great for him. He got in foul trouble in the first half. I believe he only played maybe 6 minutes in the first half, and he had to guard Desmond Henry, who's really a wing, and he had to keep him in front. And he got in foul trouble, kind of reached a little bit when he didn't need to, but he really responded when we put him back in and really rebounded the basketball tough, and again just made some big plays. But I tell you what, man, Thomas Colbert was really good tonight, and he's been playing great for us. He scored the basketball. He's making good, strong moves around the basket, and we all know he can really chase it. 13 and 7 with 6 offensive rebounds is pretty big line.
Jamichael Rivers stepped up. He had 13 points. Just an off night for him, 3 of 10, but
yep.
He hit some big buckets right in a row when you need
them. Well, his penetration was good though too. Now, he made some plays. He missed some chippies that he really normally makes, and but he really did a great job of getting into the lane and really putting pressure on that defense. And I tell you what, DeJuan Plummer was really good for us also. He made some good plays, and 13 points from him off the bench is that might be as high for the last 5-6 games maybe.
That's only the 3rd time this year he's been in double double digits, and those were the first two games, some of the early games.
Yeah.
But you also had the outstanding play off the bench of Darrell Gibbs. He only played 6 minutes, but he got 2 rebounds and forced an assist and caused a few turnovers.
Well, I mean, he hadn't had a chance to play much, and to his credit, practice-wise, lately these last couple of practices he's been pretty good, and I just keep telling him he's going to have his opportunity, and tonight was definitely his opportunity, and he did what we needed him to do. We need him to guard, and we need him to rebound the basketball, and his offense will come. I mean, he played point guard in high school, and he knows how to play, and those things will come. But defensively, I need him to be, with him being 6'3", 6'4", I need him to be the best defender out there, and we all know he can chase it and rebound the basketball.
Well, now the Mustangs get to step back, reload, and do it all again on Saturday against Cameron. That's a quick turnaround.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be a tough place to play, especially coming off a game like this, where it's just it's so close, and as good as the teams we both are, and with the conference race, and I mean, this week is a big one. I mean, I don't know if it's any bigger 2 games going on in this rivalry week for our conference, us and Cameron. So, we got to find a way to do it again. We'll look at this tape. We'll see where we can improve and see if we can make some free throws.
Mustangs win it by a final of 82-80. Coach, congratulations. 14-1 matches the best start after 15 games for MSU.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great accomplishment for our guys, and just looking to take it one game at a time.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks, Bill.
Nelson Haggerty, the head coach of the Midwestern State Mustangs, as the Mustangs win it by a final of 82-80. We'll be back to wrap things up after this on Bob FM.